We back. We black. You already know what it is. IlFam790, social media choice. Black Wrestling Podcast. This is a very special line of interviews we're doing. Shout out to brother Chaz the Don for coming through. What's going on, bro?
Hey, bro, ain't nothing pop. It's all good, man. I'm happy to be here. Me and you, we talk, on the socials and everything, and in the Discord. So, bro, I'm happy to finally be on here. So, I'm chilling. I'm here shooting the shit with you, bro.
That's what's up, man. So I see you got the dilly dally on the fresh snapback, man. Let's just go into it. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the snapback. Tell the folks what it is, where they can get it, and all that. Let's
Oh,
go ahead and just go ahead and start.
absolutely. Cheap plug time. So look, you all see this awesome snapback. That's very beautiful embroidery. Got the Duff punch right there. That's definitely my fist knocking Jay Bougie out. But that says pure ignorance, right? Because this the greatest team alive, GTA. All right, they're $25 right now. We're doing pre-order. So if you hit up me, if you hit up Machiavelli, or if you hit up Noah, you can just say, "Hey, I want the hat." We got you. All right. We are doing this is the last pre-order session we're doing. So once we get our pre-orders in for this one, their price is going up to $30, and we're gonna sell them at the shows that we're at. So if you don't get it now, you're gonna be paying $30 to get it later. And I would hate for you to miss out on the hottest snapback that's gonna be at every wrestling show in the DMV.
You say if you don't get it now,
Price of the brick going up.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I gotta make a dollar out here. Gotta make a dollar out here.
My man. Now I see you got the Oreo Magic, you know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
Repping
always.
repping the O's. Are you a big O's fan?
I am, and I'm not afraid to say that I was a closeted O's fan growing up when they were trash. Okay, I I have I growing up, like, all my favorite players never played for the Orioles. All my favorite players played for the Yankees, which was the weird thing in the household, because the Orioles and the Yankees, you can't like the Yankees and be from Baltimore. But I like the players from the Yankees. So I was like, the Yankees are winning. A-Rod, Jeter, and I like Judge too. So I can't be mad at that. But I bleed purple and orange. Okay, whether it's the Ravens, whether it's the Orioles, I love the Orioles. I was just at the Orioles game. Was that 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
when they played? Who they play? Whatever it was. It was the purple jersey night, because a purple Orioles jersey was speaking to me. So I had to be there and for that. And then of course they won in the walk off at the end, at the bottom of the 10th. So I can't be mad. But yeah, bro, anything Baltimore, I rep it. I love it, and I definitely shout it out. So yeah, my Orioles, love them.
Yeah, I'm probably heading to the ballpark tomorrow night. So what are you where are you from? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, I'm from Baltimore, born and raised, specifically, very specifically, Baltimore County, right there in like in the suburbs,
Okay.
and right there in Randallstown, like literally about 20 minutes down 695, you get there right there to Baltimore City. So right there in the heart of B-Mole.
How has being from Baltimore shaped what pro wrestling you've been into and your influence in pro wrestling?
So I guess being from Baltimore, it was you don't get a lot of people from Baltimore, period, in sports, and just in sports, period. It's not a lot of big sports names. Very recently, you get Angel Reese out there in LSU. She's making waves for the city, but you really don't hear nothing about that. So for me, I always, especially when I decided I wanted to get into it, I wanted to make sure that it was known that, hey, despite what you see on TV and what you hear about Baltimore and what you see from The Wire, there's a lot of dope stuff that comes out of this city. Like, they're a great, like, not even just athletes. I swear the Mid Atlantic, like the DMV Mid Atlantic region, has the best athletes in the world. I don't I will go die in a debate with that. Like, there are no better athletes than the DMV. But there's so many dope artists. There's so many dope singers, doctors, lawyers, and like, you just don't hear about it because most of the time you hear about the killings in Baltimore, or it's crazy out there, the riots and everything. And I just wanted to be a positive beacon for the city, because I grew up knowing that Baltimore was a crazy place. Like my mom moved us out of the city because it was a crazy place. She's just like, nah, we not gonna do this. So, and I just wanted to be positive. I wanted to be a positive influence, like, and just say, hey, there are good things happening in Baltimore.
So I'm a bit older. So I remember the days of the Great American Bash being here every year for WCW, and I remember the days of going to the Baltimore Arena, just to see wrestling in general. What are your first memories of watching wrestling, and then how did you get into it yourself?
Oh man, so I love telling this story. So I got into wrestling. It was my grandmother. My grandma she's from Virginia, real Southern, and they don't call it wrestling. They call it wrestling. Like, right? I gotta watch my wrestling. And every Monday night, my grandma would have on Monday Night Raw. And this is 2006. All right. I'm 27. So I got in right there, right fresh out of the Attitude Era, right in the middle of the Ruthless Aggression Era.
Mm-hmm.
So right at John Cena's height was when I got in there. And I fell in love, man. Like, just the storylines, just what could this person do? Oh, why is this person so evil? I hope this person win. And just the drama of it captured me. And then when I found out that it was predetermined, not fake, but predetermined, it made me want to know what else could they do. Now that I know, like, oh, so we're not just based off the limits of the human mind. We can go anywhere with this. What more can you do? Which is why one of my favorite things is Vince dying. The whole thing I love that, because as a kid I was still in the cups of, no, this is real, man. This is real. So when that exploded, I literally called my grandma and I go, Grandma, are you watching Raw? She's like, nah, baby, I ain't watching. What happened? Vince died. And my grandmother's cracking up about this. Now she's laughing. I'm like, why are you laughing that Vince died?
Man did.
And she's just like, oh, no, it's just, I don't think he's dead. I'm like, whoa, no, you didn't see it. The limo blew up. And then, of course, the events that happened afterwards, and, Benoit, and he showed up. And I'm like, oh, he's not dead. But, yeah, man, it's my grandma, and I always blame her for this. I said, the reason I'm a professional wrestler is you. I saw her last week for a wedding, and I saw her. I go, you're the reason I'm wrestling, right? She said, oh, no, don't say that. I'm like, it is. You had that on in the living room. Every Monday night was Raw. Every Tuesday night was ECW. Every Thursday was TNA. Every Friday was SmackDown. And I've not stopped that tradition since.
I hear that. So how do you transition from fan to employee?
Well, fun thing is this, and a lot of people, it's really taboo to talk about it nowadays, but I never shy away from it. But I backyard wrestled in high school. A group of my friends, we had our own little wrestling promotion. After school, we go outside, right there underneath the bleachers. There was a little field by the baseball field. We had our little camera. We made our own shows. We did matches in the grass. We did it in the grass. We had wrestling matches. We put on our own shows. And I did that all the way up till the pandemic.
So
from high school to the pandemic. And then I decided it's time to make some money about it. And I was like, all right, let's do this. And I went to a wrestling school, got trained up, and they say the rest is history.
So just FYI, I know Maryland just legalized it. He said in the grass, not off the grass. Now, y'all, I want y'all to be clear. You know what I'm saying? I don't want y'all going back like, yo, nah, the nigga said he was smoking. No, that's not what happened.
Not that.
So what was your first significant moment? Like, oh nah, this is real now.
Oh man. I think the funny thing, I think it was the very first introduction of pure ignorance. So when me and Machiavelli cut the very first promo we ever did, because it got like that was my first real big like getting social media traction, and it's all because we called this guy a colonizer. And it was just crazy because my phone, I've never had my phone blow up as it did to that at that moment. My phone was just pinging, ping, 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 ping. And I'm like, what is going on? Machiavelli calls me. He goes, bro, you see what's online? I go, yeah, my phone won't stop vibrating. Like, yeah, yo, people loving the promo. They love that we set up there and called him a colonizer. Yo, we got to keep that. We got to use that, bro. And that's when I was like, oh, it got real for me because people were like, oh, well, who's this guy? We know who Machiavelli is, but who's this other guy with him that's loud and just talking a bunch of nonsense? So that's, I guess, was probably one. And then if I give another one, I think the next one would be the bougie whole, just getting in there with bougie, just because. And this is probably the only time I give him any type of credit. But I was watching Bougie from day one. His promo popped up on my IG like a couple weeks prior. We were on the same show at Outbreak Wrestling, which is now American something something. I don't remember what it is now. But we were on the same show, and I went, oh crap, yo, that's Jay Bougie. And I was like, man, I wouldn't mind working with Bougie. That'd be kind of dope. We would bounce off. Then he became a bastard and hit me from behind and on some shiesty shit. Now it's on site. But that's when it also got real for me because, as we all know, Mr. PWI himself, he's big stuff now. He's definitely making his way through the rankings. And so just to be like even like a decimal to that man's rise, it's like, oh, he needed me to get there. Yeah, he needed me to get on PWI. So that's another moment where I think for me it really got real.
So if someone says, all right, I'm coming out to see you work a match, what should they expect from your me and Chaz the Don match? And what should they expect from the persona? Say they know you from high school and they found out. What should they expect from Chaz the Don in and out of the ring?
So in and out the ring, if you coming to see Chaz the Don, you need to be ready to expect the unexpected. Because Chaz the Don, when he comes up in that ring, he's all about business and he's ready to talk about business. Like the thing is this, he talks a big game. And when people know about me, even personally, I love trash talking. My pops was a trash talker. All right. You ever heard of a grown man trash talking during Monopoly? That was my father. Okay. And it rubbed off on me. And I still to this day don't think there is nobody in the wrestling game, whether they're on TV or not, that can out trash talk me. And I stand very firm on that. So you're gonna see a lot of trash talking, and you're gonna see some fighting. All right. A lot of people don't like Chaz the Don. I don't do a lot of high flying. I may jump off the top of stuff, here and there, but I'm all about the hands, man. Like I'm from Baltimore. We about the hands. All right. I'm gonna throw hands, and you're gonna have to kill me to stop me from throwing hands. And as I'm throwing them hands, I'm talking all that trash. Because if I'm not gonna beat you with the hands, I'm gonna beat you with my mouth. I'm gonna beat you mentally.
How do you get like in the mindset to like hop in that ring knowing I gotta go take these bumps? A nigga is gonna punch me in the face from time to time. I'm not going into this ain't a massage, baby. This is real life I'm about to enter. And how do you kind of how do you lock in when you're going in? You know what I mean? For each match?
So it takes me like the night before. I'm a big person on preparation. I have to get my bag ready the night before. There's a certain process that I have to do. Even my wife thinks I'm crazy. My bag has to get packed the night before, and during the day, like on the way to a show or even getting ready, I gotta have my music. Like there is a specific playlist for like certain promotions, certain types of matches. There's a Pure Ignorance playlist that gets played, when we're taking long drives. There's the Dawn Chronicles playlist. That's like my singles match. All right, let me get in the zone. Then there's it's a big match playlist. And that's the one where it's it's time to show out, show what you're really made of. So I'm big on music, man. Like I normally, and it is a proven fact that if I do not listen to my music before my match, it's trash. At least to my standpoints. At least to my standpoints. I mean, I say that to my standpoints, it is, because I know I'm not in it. I know my head's not in it. But if I got my music and I got time to really focus and like to settle in, oh man, I'm locked in, loaded. So that it's really just the preparation for me. Because there's some people who can just go out there and be like, hey, let me get in this match and do it. And I'm like, hey, you better than me. I need to get my mind right.
I feel that. So during this mind right process, give me about 4 or 5 songs that are on these playlists, you know what I mean, where you jam into.
All right, cool. So
give me, I'll say this, give me 4 of your, you know what I mean, show enough, I need these songs, and then give me at least one like unexpected record that somebody might not think is in your playlist.
Okay, all right. So definitely Get the Strap with Uncle Murder, 50 and all them. Any J. Cole song, really. I think it's a running gag with like it's not a Pure Ignorance car ride if a J. Cole song isn't played. So any J. Cole track is another one. Hit 'em Up, Tupac. And let's see here, another one. DNA, Kendrick Lamar.
Ask a song.
And one that people wouldn't expect. What you call it? What's that? Jack Harlow, the SUV song. I don't even know the full name of it. I just know it's got a tough beat, and I'll be like, hey. So that Jack, I think I'm gonna look it up for you because I want to make sure I give the right name of this song. It's Jack Harlow. Who is he here? Yeah, I only got one Jack. I only got the one Jack Harlow song.
It's hard, Harlow.
Yeah, SUVs, Black on Black. Yeah,
okay.
And Pooh Shiesty. That's it. That's the unexpected one.
Okay. All right. So what? I guess what's your favorite part about moving and shaking in the industry, and what's the part that you know what I mean you could do without?
I love just being out there and performing for folks. Like I grew up wanting to be an actor. I went to an acting school and lived in New York and in LA, and I really wanted to be an actor. When that didn't work out, I was like, well, I got this wrestling thing. Why not? So I just love just being out there and feeding off live crowd. Like I was always a theater kid. I love the live audience aspect of things. So you can feel the audience. You can feel like the roller coaster you're taking them on, whether you're in a match or whether it's like in theater or you're in a scene, like the emotions you get them, you wrap them in. I'd love that point because you really are manipulating these folks' emotions. So really that part. The one part I can really deal without, and I think all wrestlers will say this, is the politics. And I think that's also any business you get into. Like it's always politics. That I can like see without, because once you see it in full fact, I always was told about the politics. I'm like, yeah. But once you see people politicking against you, and you're like, all right, okay. Gotcha. That's what they were talking about. All right, yeah, bump this. But yeah, man, because it's people push popularity than talent, and it's a true thing. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't work. So it's really it's the politics. Because quite frankly, I don't want to bury nobody like that. But there's some things that shouldn't have went down. That went down. And I'm like, I got like two things that just popped in my mind. But yeah, man, it's the politics. Because like wrestling could be so much better and less stressful for everybody across the board if people just be up front. Just be up front and blunt and honest. Like I like to say that what you see is what you get. Like I know there's no cut cards about me. Like this the Chaz you get is the same Chaz you're gonna get, whether it's in messages, whether it's in person or the phone. Like I'm not about to switch up for nobody. So that's pretty much really the big thing. Because I'm not changing for nobody. I'm not changing for the business. That's the one thing, and that's the one thing I keep telling like the other pure ignorance guys too. I'd be like, yeah, if they don't want to do it the way we want, like that's fine. We ain't gotta be there. Like I tell them all the time, I was like, we ain't gotta go nowhere. We can stay home. So like, let's like stay to our morals. Because I want to be the group that goes, we did it our way and we stuck to our morals. We didn't change to get over. We didn't change to to make a buck or get popular or nothing. We did it by being us 100% all the way.
That's what's up, man. So tell me about pure ignorance. How that coming together? You know what I mean? And what's the bonds to keep y'all together and keep y'all rocking?
So funny thing is, pure ignorance has been around longer than people really think, and it's more than just three of us. So pure ignorance is really, it's like 7 or 8 of us, and it's really our group of friends that did the backyard wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
It's really that like that group of guys. Noah, Machiavelli, myself, Chris Idol, Damien Fatal, Jamela Scott. Who else? And that's it, actually. Yeah, I think I'm forgetting somebody else. Oh, Red Dog, of course. I'm about to forget him, of course. But we've all been friends for years. Like I grew up with these guys, and we always made the running joke: if we were ever to go pro, we were going to do this big stable like the Bullet Club, and it was going to be pure ignorance, and we were going to take over. We were just talking at that point. Like, this is in a kick group chat. That's how old this conversation was. In a kick group chat, we go, yeah, I decided to go pro. Machiavelli had was already on the scene. And I go, nah, bro, let's do pure ignorance. He's like, wait, are you serious? I go, yeah, man, like, why not? I want to do a tag team. Let's do it. Let's do pure ignorance. Let's do it. And he's like, oh, okay, let's do it. And then Noah was like, well, I want to go pro. And I was like, well, you got to come up with like, so pure ignorance it's just a bond of brothers, really. It's just a bond of friends. And like, besides my wife, I talk to Machiavelli and Noah every day, all day. The iMessage group chat is blown up every day. And I talk to them all. I call Noah before I go to work. 9 o'clock on the dot. He's on his way to work. I'm already on probably like 10 minutes before getting to my job. He's on his way to work. I come like, all right, cool. What you doing, bro? I'm driving, Chaz. What do you think? Like, I'm on the way to work. Yeah. I call Machiavelli every Sunday after church. I call Machiavelli on the way home. Just to say what's up. Like, you cool? What's good? Even though I already talked to him last night. So those are legit my brothers. Like, okay. They were at my wedding. They know my kids. My kids, like, they are legit family to me. They've seen the worst of me. They've seen the best of me. And we're just, I'm gonna say we are that niggas. Flat out. I mean, there's no other team out there like pure ignorance. All right. People think I be gloating when I say GTA. Yeah, no, we the greatest team alive. You just ain't heard about it yet.
My man. So tell me, what pure ignorance gonna be doing on July 23rd? I don't know, about round 6 something.
So July 23rd, pure ignorance is, this is prime duffing season, okay? This is prime duffing season. Right in the summer, it's real hot. Juneteenth, we celebrate, we're on the CP time, so we're doing it a month and a half later.
Yes, sir.
We celebrating Juneteenth. And don't nobody put out like the culture do for than pure ignorant. So we're gonna be duffing some folks. There's this big guy, this big old balloon named Mr. Grimm. And he's been getting in pure ignorance's business, and I got issues with people that don't mind their own business. Like, if mind your own business, then we ain't got problems. But Mr. Grimm and I got problems, and he getting in some business, and so now he got to get duffed. I will say this: I kind of poked the bear. I did put a little video out of like Mike Tyson and all that, and me knocking him out and everything. I poked the bear. I ain't mad at it, but what, and I'll be honest, what caught me off guard and I felt was a little on the side was Mr. Grimm's response. My man gave me his bio and thought I was supposed to be scared. Yeah, you see, your face is surprised. You're shocked as I am. Yeah.
Hmm.
And my man got on his little Twitter fingers and gave me his bio and told me everywhere that he worked, and which by all means is a great resume for a guy 10 years in the game. I mean, Okada follows him on Twitter, and that's a big accomplishment that he had to tell me, because that's is going to be a reason that he beats me. Okada
Hmm.
following him on Twitter.
Hmm.
And I just think it's just funny. It's just funny because Grim is overlooking me, and it's understandable. He's overlooking me, and everyone does. Every time somebody overlooks me, that's when they get knocked the fuck out. That's when they get duffed. And Grim's getting duffed by yours truly, the Don, the Grapple Region's best kept secret, yours truly, Chaz
Hmm.
Evans. Now, my homie Machiavelli, right? He got JB Anderson. And they got some brief history. Machiavelli said he gonna bring back the Duff the White Boy challenge. That's what
I
he
like it.
said. He said Duff the White Boy challenge, and I was like, you know what? That's cool. I liked it. He said
That
so.
sounds amazing.
So that's what's going on with Machiavelli and JB Anderson. Noah's there to keep watch this time. See, me and Noah last month, we were in the tag match. We beat Art of War, 2-1 because we're the greatest team alive. So Noah's overwatching. He's there to make sure don't nothing crazy pop off. But yeah, man, Grim's getting duffed. Respectfully, disrespectfully, because yeah, you mess with me, you mess with my business, and I got problems. I got problems.
So what about wrestling in this area do folks outside of this area not know? Like, who are some folks that they need to be peeping? You know what I'm saying?
They need to peep my guy, the GOAT, and that's Andino. Okay,
Gotcha.
that's my Ace Boom Coon. These people don't know I trained with Andino. I've known Andino for about Jesus Christ. Wow, about 10 years now. Wow. I gotta tell him that. But yeah, I've known Andino about 10 years now. That's someone people gotta look out for. Avery Jacks is really, really making a name for herself in the Virginia. And I always tell her all the time, I go, you are legit LeBron James before he gets drafted.
Hmm.
I tell her all the time, I'm like, yo, you're LeBron James of wrestling. You just ain't get drafted by the Cavs yet. So we can't give you the crown yet. But you got to get the crown. And she's definitely another one upcoming. Who else in the DMV? Jordan Blade, I think people do know a lot of. Eel O'Neill is another one. I'm trying to think who else. Oh yeah, Tiberius Ashante. He's the African, that man is scary. All right, you ever want to see a scary black dude? Look at that. If you're looking at this guy, he's super tall. My man's buff. He's got a bald head, and he starts screaming to the African gods. I want I want no parts and no problems with him. But that's another guy. People from this region, they got to look out for. That's just another few. Really, you should just look at the whole region.
My man.
To be
Yeah,
honest.
man. The whole Grapple region, the whole
Whole
DMV, Baltimore Pro Wrestling, MCW points north. Listen, before we get up out of here, man, I'm gonna let you get busy. Your time to shine, man. Let the folks know where they can get at you. Again, what you're gonna be doing on the 23rd, man, and anything else you really want the people know, man. I'm gonna go on get out of here and let you get busy.
All right, bet that. All right, so look, you can follow me on all the social medias, like the threads, because that's the new thing. The threads, the Twitter, the Instagram, the TikTok. I got all that joint. At Chaz _ the Don. That's on everything. All right, so you really can't miss me. You can get all of Pure Ignorance's merch at For Your Wear, and you can click on the little collections joint, hit those wrestlers, and you'll see the Pure Ignorance fist up there. Click on that. You can get all our shirts up there. I got a podcast too. It's the 3 Count Podcast. I kind of debate with Red Dog on wrestling on Sundays. We kind of argue about wrestling, if that's kind of like your thing too. So you can check me out there. And on the 23rd, look, I'm going to keep it to it plain and simple, folks. All right. Mr. Grimm has done everything that he can do in the past 10 years to make a name for himself. All right. He's been all around the world. He's been on AEW Dark. He has fought the best of the best, but yet he is fighting me. And why is that? Think about that. Why is that? All right. And when you think about that, go buy a ticket and come watch me knock that fool out. Period. It's duffing season.
That's what it is, man. Hey, man, I will see y'all the 23rd. You know what I'm saying? One more time for the folks in the back, man. You know what I'm saying? Sunday,
Come
July
to the
23rd,
show.
3608 Legion Road, Cheverly, Maryland. Come on out, man. Support these folks, man. Get out here. They're going to get busy. It's going to be a fun show, man. It's going to be a good time. And you will get to see my man. Shout out to Pure Ignorance. And shout out to Fight Club, man. Peace.